All right, guys, if you haven't noticed so far, I'm an enormous creature, huge human being, gun safe with legs for the West Virginians. So it's actually interesting. I looked it up. There are less than 0.5% of human beings on this earth taller than I am. Isn't that a cool statistic? Like 99.5% of people in the world are smaller than me. It's just, you're welcome. Bask in it. Let me do something. Tell your friends. Anyway, but yes, being a giant leads to certain things as far as like, so when I'm Ubering, I'll have to hop into the car, I'll say, hey, Felix, your Kia Soul is gonna pull a little bit to the right. Hey, a lot of meat in one seat. What's that? Is that noise? Do I have braces? You hear that? Shoot, being a giant, yeah, back to that. A couple things you don't realize, for instance, if I ever want to participate in a game of Red Rover, I have to wait for them to form another Hands Across America. How about at sporting events? Whenever they're at halftime, they're shooting up t-shirts into the stands. For the most part, they're shooting up a bunch of mediums and larges, You don't see any 5X talls being shot up there. But you can't blame them, they're most likely worried that they're going to come unraveled midair and suffocate a family of 6. Nice. Oh, being a giant. So I got some notes here. Oh man, it's about to play an ESPN video. Oh man. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. I couldn't read this, but I should have remembered. Coming up, you can hide for this. I'm actually going to be in a movie, getting paid to be in a movie. Yeah, hell yeah. I guess, you know what, I could have phrased that a little differently. I'm paying a substantial amount of money to have a movie shot inside of me. I'm getting a colonoscopy. Yikes. Gross. Oh, speaking of that, go to the doctors. You guys go to the doctors? Anybody a fan of going to the doctors? I'm not a big fan, So whenever you go to the doctors, they just tell you what you already know, For instance, when I go in there, the doctor should be like, well, it's pretty obvious. You gotta quit doing all the ripping, So all the ripping, it's like, yeah. You gotta quit ripping White Claws, ripping shots of Jameson, ripping your bong, ripping lines of cocaine, ripping open family bags of Doritos. So, you know what? I solved that. I've got a solution to that. You know what I did? And I suggest you do this. Just get yourself a fat doctor. That's it. Yeah. So I walked in there, and he just looked at me and said, what are you doing here, son? You're clearly just a little husky. Telling me all, preaching to the choir, Doc. Another perk of that is our monthly checkups are held at a Golden Corral. That's his office for tax purposes. Oh my goodness. I've got a fiance now, guys. That's pretty dope, right? Give it up for her. Hell yeah. She's dope. We've been together 5 years. Oh, coming on 6 years, I think. And we're still hot and heavy. She's hot. I'm heavy. She's super sweet. I give her like little nicknames. I like to call her Frito-Lay or Nabisco. She's my little snack. Which prompted her to give me the nickname Snacked Her Trailer. She's pretty dope. She's hilarious. This is pretty cool. Coming up, I actually have a joke. It's a sponsored bit. So, you guys want to hear that one? Yeah, it's a pretty dope one. It's brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. So my girlfriend and I, we switched from glazed donuts to cream-filled donuts. We're trying to have a baby, you guys. Make a couple munchkins. $5. Cha-ching. What was I thinking about? So my fiance, how about this? Her mom is black, and her dad, also black. So what I'm getting at is my fiance is black. I'm still working on a bridge to get to that. But anyway, like I said, we're engaged, and so we were having a meeting with like the wedding planner, and the point about at the church came up, and she was just so excited. She was like, "So I'm thinking we're gonna have the bride's family on one side of the aisle, and the groom's side on the other." And I told her, I said, I prefer if the beginning of our wedding didn't look like a chess match. She's dope, guys. She's good at sports. I mean, a good sport. Oh, yikes. Oh man, that was awesome. What does this say? I'm sorry, guys. I thought my weed pen was dead. It was not. I'm just trying to read this. It says, all right, this is dope. So earlier, as you already know, I'm open-minded as hell. So I've got a Muslim buddy of mine. And he just got relocated to Minnesota. You guys know Minnesota? The land of 10,000 lakes, Prince. And so, he's a Muslim gentleman. And he got there, and he called me, and he said, that's a lot of lakeums. That's a lot of lakeums. 10,000 lakes. Oh my goodness. Is anybody here in the service industry? Anybody work in the service industry? Hell yeah, nice. I'm in the service industry as well. I've got a couple stories from that. So one of the restaurants, we have a bar, and so the bartender, she comes into the kitchen, and she's complaining about a toothache or something like that. She said her face hurts. And so she's like, I've got this bottle of Aleve, but there's not an Aleve inside here. It's a Percocet. And she's like, think I should take it? And real quick, all my cooks, they said, well, that depends. Do you value your relationship with your family and friends? Are you willing to pawn any of your belongings at any hour of the day? What are your views on $5 blowjobs? So, she did end up taking it, and I'm out 35 bucks. It was worth it. She still works for us. My goodness, restaurants. So a thing that I like to do with the restaurants is kind of come up with different ways of saying things just to spice things up a little bit. I'll give you a couple examples. So for instance, if one of my drivers is going out on a delivery, and they call and they say, hey, we're paying with a $100 bill, so I say, hey, Pat, grab some Obama, some change. And so on other times, we'll be really busy, and my manager will be like, hey, Rich, come on over to the bar, a little JFK. A little shot to the head. Hey. Or the last one, we'll be really busy, and we'll run out of to-go boxes, and so we'll say, hey, Donald Trump. That means to go in the back and grab some boxes. Oh yeah. Well, if you didn't like that one, you're gonna love this one. So another instance would be like, is there any golfers out there? Does anybody golf? I'm a big golfer. I'm big and I golf. My goodness. Anyway, so my buddy was on the tee box, and he took a big swing, and he whiffed it. The ball went right into the woods, which prompted me to yell out, Princess Diana, which means you should have paid for a better driver. Oh no. Oh no. The other thing at the restaurant, we got a new concept coming up. Actually, we're going to be combining alcohol and ice cream. And in the menu, it's going to read Michael J. Fox's Hard Shakes. Oh. Ooh. Is this the Spin City fucking like crowd base here? Fucking huge fans of Spin City? Yikes, yikes. Alright, so I gotta do some cool down jokes, 'cause I'm fucking sweating up here. It's warm. You guys are dope though. You guys have been a great audience. So I'm gonna end on a couple, like I said, wind down jokes. Like pretend we're all on a Peloton. You guys are taking Peloton advice from me? You're nuts. You're nuts. So I was I was scrolling through the TV. I saw there was this new show, and I guess it's called Locked Up Abroad. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. So I thought, you know what? Let me try this. And so she's been in my basement for 3 months now. There it is. That one worked. That one checked off. Oh, all right. I'm gonna leave you guys with some advice about like whenever you're texting your drug dealers, just like some slang, you know, because your phones, they're listening. So I got some code words for it. So you know what? If you're going to the movies, you want some blowy day Chanel, or if you want to get political with it, little Donald Bump, Vladimir Zudin. Oh man, or the holidays, or Jesus, Mary, and Blowsive. Right. Speaking of that, do you guys have a favorite group of people you guys like to do cocaine with? Strippers, that's a good answer. That's number 2 for me though. The best people to do cocaine with are people with Alzheimer's. Because it just turns into a game of whose line is it anyways? And I'm gonna win that game every goddamn time. I'll end on this, guys. It's my personal opinion that R. Kelly only purchases his cocaine in teeners. Guys, thank you so much. My name's Rich Ryan. You guys have been great.